Alright, hey guys, OFD checking in here, and today we've got a couple really awesome watches from Zenith, the El Primero lineup. On the right-hand side here, guys, we have the Pilot. On the left-hand side, we have the Defy El Primero 21. Really incredible timepiece. Both of these watches on loan from CW Watch Shop. I want to thank the folks over there at CW Watch Shop for letting me put these here on the channel. Really great watches. If you guys like these watches or you're looking for another luxury watch in your life, check out the links down below in the description of CW Watch Shop. So I'm going to set the Defy down here for a second, and we're going to first jump into this one, the Pilot watch. This is a really, really beautiful watch. It just screams Zenith El Primero to me, and I really love everything about it. So let's get into the specs on this. You have a 42mm case from side to side, 50 lug tip to lug tip. The watch comes in at a 12.2mm of thickness to the top of that sapphire crystal, and you have a 21mm lug opening. Beautiful, clean, pilot-style layout, very reminiscent of some of the Zenith Pilot's watches from the 1960s that were designed for military flyers. Clean stick hands on this watch, or baton-style hands, are very well done and very full of lume. You can see that white contrast against that dark black dial just works extremely well. The indices are nice and bold, easy to read on the watch. You can see here that we have the Zenith El Primero up there at the top with their bright, bold star just below 12 o'clock, letting you know this is the Pilot's watch here. I'll go ahead and get the chronograph started here. You can hear that nice snap. This movement inside the watch is the El Primero caliber 4002. It's a 31 joule movement, beats at 36,000 vibrations per hour, so it's a true high beat movement. It's got a 50-hour power reserve also, so it's going to last you a long time. You get the 30-minute counter over here at the 3 o'clock position for your chronograph functionality. This this movement also has a date complication down here at the 6 o'clock position. Over here at your 9 is your standard running seconds for the watch. So go ahead and stop it. Get that thing snapped back. Looks really nice. Beautifully done watch. The case is absolutely stunningly done. I wanted to show you guys here this sharp chamfer that comes down underneath the lugs, or on the top edge of the lugs. And look at how the lugs come up to meet the bezel of the watch. They actually go up a little bit higher than the case side, and they meet the bezel. It's just really beautifully done. Sign crown with the IWC, the Zenith star there on the crown. Looks really nice. Brushing throughout on the rest of the case. You can see polishing on the inside of the lugs. Also polishing, no, actually the case back is brushed. Polishing on the buckle assembly. This is a alligator strap on this watch with a rubber underlayment. So it can actually, if it gets wet or sweaty or anything like that, it's not going to damage the strap on it. 50 meters of water resistance. It's a chronograph. You're not going to be swimming with this watch or anything like that. But turn it over here and you guys can see that amazing El Primero movement from Zenith there. Famous, these movements were made famous because when Rolex first brought out the Daytona, they didn't have a chronograph movement. They were using the Zenith El Primero movement in those original Rolex Daytonas. Those Daytonas are worth probably as much money as our houses these days because of the old Zenith movements in there. They're really sought after, but just really incredibly well done. I mean, these are just amazing watches. Really, truly, orologically great pieces. So really neat watch in the Pilot, guys. That's kind of a quick overview of that one if you guys are interested in it. And I mean, the movements inside of these watches, just to get into it a little bit, you got a gold-plated nickel balance, a Niverox hairsprings, KF shock absorption. I mean, it's just everything is done right. These are just extremely well-built movements and just actually beautiful to look at. So really cool. That's the Pilot, again, available over at CW Watch Shop. Now I'm going to set this one down, guys, and we're going to take a look at the Defy. This is an amazing watch. I mean, both of them are amazing, but this is just really where Zenith kind of stepped out of probably their comfort zone and said, let's make something just really incredible. This is it. There's a titanium case on this watch all the way around. Titanium buckle also is being used. It's a 44mm case from side to side, 51 lug to lug, comes in with a 23mm lug opening on the watch, and it comes in at 14.7mm of thickness from the sapphire case back to the sapphire crystal on top. Now, incredible layout in this watch. Now, you can see it's all skeletonized, so you can see what's going on inside of the watch. But this has the El Primero 21 movement in it. And if you're not familiar, this actually uses two separate escapements for the watch. It has a escapement just for the chronograph function, and it has an escapement for the regular timing function on the watch. So you guys can see, I'm going to show you the layout here real quick before we get the chronograph going, because the chronograph is truly the star of the show with this watch. So taking a look at the glass here, you guys can see that because of that skeletonized case, they've actually printed the Zenith El Primero there. I do believe it's on the bottom of the crystal, on the underside of the crystal. But you have a counter here at the 3 o'clock position, that is a 30-minute counter for your chronograph function. Down here at the 6 o'clock position, that's a 60-minute counter for your chronograph function. You can see it right down there in the bottom. And then your running seconds are over here at the 9 o'clock position. You can see that little three-wheeled star there spinning around, or three-wheeled minute or seconds indicator. It's really cool the way that's set out and done. Incredible watch. Let's go ahead and get it started. This is what's crazy about this watch. So the Chronograph Escapement actually runs at 360,000 vibrations per hour. That's 50 hertz. So you're getting 1 rotation per second on that, that spinning hand there. That allows you to actually keep track of 1/100th of a second. So that's pretty impressive. You can see it laid out there. Very cool, very nicely done. Up here at the 12 o'clock position, you can see that little red and black indicator. That's the power reserve indicator for the chronograph function, so that as you're running it, you know how much power you have left in there. So go ahead and stop it, get it reset. But that's a really neat function. Everything else is going to run pretty much like a normal watch. The normal escapement, or the non-chronograph escapement in this watch, is running at 36,000 vibrations per hour. So still a true high beat movement, but just incredible functionality and incredible technology that's going into this watch. Alligator leather, again, being used. Go ahead and open it up. You can see the titanium clasp assembly. It's really incredibly well done, the way they got the star cut out here so that it just folds in there nicely. Beautifully, beautifully done. This blue with this black. The rubber on the actually comes up through the bottom, so it supports the holes on it. Taking a look at the case back here, guys, there is the Zenith 21 movement, the Defy 21. Really incredible. I mean, it's just absolutely stunning movement. The work that goes into these, the amount of technology, again, truly orological masterpieces, to be honest with you. This one does have 100 meters of water resistance, so a little bit more than the Pilot. But again, I don't think this is a watch you're going to really want to take swimming or anything like that. So, guys, again, this watch is available over at the CW Watch Shop website. Titanium case. You can see they've done polishing here, polishing on this edge, polished around the bezel, but the watch is just really beautiful. Let's go ahead and get these watches each on my 7-inch wrist, and then stick around because both the watches have a whole lot of lume left on them. All right, so we start in order of appearance. The Pilot, this watch wears incredibly well. I love the way this watch feels. I love the legibility of the watch. I mean, everything about it is great. It's perfect, actually, to be honest with you. It does come, both of these watches are full box papers. So this watch comes with box papers, the double boxing, of course, and it also has an extra strap on it. You'll see this strap is a little bit short. It does come with the longer strap also available in the kit for the watch, what it comes with. So it has everything. Both of the watches are full kit, box papers and everything, but pretty neat looking piece here. I really love the legibility of this piece. I mean, it's just, you're going to look at it, tell the time, it does what it's supposed to do. I really like this watch. So let's get that Defy on the wrist. All right, so maybe not everyone's cup of tea, but it's hard to deny the incredible, build quality, the technology that's gone into this watch. And it's definitely something that if I saw this on someone's wrist, I'm going to start up a conversation because I want to know more about what that watch is and what it does. That 360,000 vibrations per hour for that chronograph escapement is absolutely incredible. I mean, it's just hard to fathom putting that together and making that work. I love looking at watches here on the channel that you can tell that the technology that's gone into the watch is truly superb, and it's truly, like I said, a horological masterpiece. So let's dim the lights. Both of these watches have really impressive lume on them, guys, so stick around for that. All right, so I don't think this will be surprising. These are Swiss watches. Swiss lume is being used. All super luminova, of course, being used on these two watches, and it's heavily applied. It's heavily applied. So cool, nice looking watches, guys. Both of these watches were actually at Chris Marshall's channel, Marshall Time. So I'm going to leave a link to his videos where you can check out these watches down below in the description also. So great looking pieces, guys. If you're interested, check the links down below where you can pick one of these up. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. And if you've not subscribed to the OFD channel yet, please do. Please do. Thanks, guys.